Hello, I'm Adam Newman. This is my official YouTube channel. Please subscribe and support them. The Young and the Restless, Spoilers Friday's full episodes, the 3rd of July 2026. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is a stunning, sun-drenched Thursday, and we hope you are having an absolutely beautiful week so far. Grab your favorite iced beverage and get comfortable, because today's update is going to take us on a wild ride. Let's dive straight into the drama. You guys, I am deceased. Stop what you are doing right now. I am literally shaking. Okay, I'm literally filming this while I'm running errands. I have my keys in one hand and my half-melted iced matcha in the other, because I just had to jump on here and vent. Wait, we need to talk about this now. I am physically vibrating from the sheer audacity of what is happening in Genoa City. Like, my soul has actually left my body and is currently floating somewhere above a Target parking lot. We are not just watching the show anymore, besties. We are invested. I am personally offended, totally unwell, and genuinely spiraling over the absolute cinematic mayhem that just dropped for this Thursday, July 2nd update. I was mid-skincare last night, literally smeared charcoal mask all over my rug when I realized what was going down, and I had to yeet my phone across the room. It's giving major I cannot even energy, and we are spilling all the tea right now, because if I don't get this out of my system, I am going to spontaneously combust. Wait, backtrack for a second. I missed a step. Actually, no. Let's just dive right into the absolute dumpster fire that is Victor Newman. He is officially on my do not perceive list. I am so done. Bestie, be for real right now. Victor is playing the most unhinged, high-octane psychological masterpiece of a game with Nikki, and I am hyperventilating just thinking about it. Nikki is currently recovering from surgery, right? And Victor is hovering around her, playing the doting, devoted husband, acting like he just wants to nurse his estranged wife back to health. He is literally trying to convince her to move back in with him at the ranch so he can take care of her. Genuinely, the vibes are so sinister I feel like I need to sage my entire house. He is looking at her with those calculating eyes, pretending that his only goal is a romantic reunion, and I am screaming at my screen because we know the truth. We basically know that this man is a straight-up menace who is plotting something so dark, my brain is visibly buffering just trying to process it. Oh, hold on. I should have mentioned this earlier, but did I say that yet? Ugh. My brain is mush. Moving on, we need to talk about the actual lore here. Victor is hiding his true intentions, and those intentions are legitimately terrifying. Remember the blinding, excruciating headaches Nikki has been having? The ones that made her completely panic and think she was literally dying? Victor totally capitalized on her vulnerability. He manipulated this poor, terrified woman into signing a medical power of attorney so he could supposedly manage her care. But no, besties. Hidden in that legal jargon was a clause that transferred all of her personal shares in Newman Enterprises into a trust that HE controls. He is straight up liquidating her assets while she is heavily sedated and recovering. And now he wants her to move into the ranch? It's not about love. It's about control. He wants her trapped under his roof so Victoria can't snoop around and figure out that her father is basically looting her mother's estate before she even takes her last breath. Send help. I cannot handle the gravity of this betrayal. And the most tragic part? The thing that is genuinely making me tear up in the middle of this parking lot? Nikki is sitting there, frail and recovering, and her only condition for a reunion is that Victor admits he went too far with the kidnapping of Jack Abbott. She just wants an apology for the Jack situation. She's like, Victor, just admit you were wrong about Jack. I am screaming into a pillow. Bestie, he is stealing your entire legacy right out from under you, and you are worried about Jack Abbott? I mean, I get it. Her history with Jack is deep, and Victor's vendetta against the Abbotts is exhausting, but the dramatic irony is literally suffocating me. She has no idea that the man holding her hand and fluffing her pillows has already stolen her shares. The stakes are astronomical. I'm calling it right now. The villain arc is about to go nuclear when Nikki finally wakes up and realizes she's been completely robbed by her own husband. Wait, I'm glitching. Okay, hold on. Did you guys hear that? There's this weird bird outside my car that sounds exactly like a dial-up modem, and it is totally ruining my aesthetic right now. Like, why is nature so loud when I am trying to dissect world-ending tea? Anyway, back to the main event. Where was I? Oh, right. The sheer audacity of Victor Newman. I just can't get over the fact that he is using her physical recovery as a weapon. It's straight up diabolical. He knows that if she is isolated at the ranch, he can control her medication, control her visitors, and most importantly, control her money. Victoria is already starting to get suspicious, and I am manifesting a total showdown between father and daughter. If Victoria doesn't kick down the doors of that ranch and save her mother, I am going to march into Genoa City and do it myself. Literally, my grip on reality is slipping because this situation is now my entire personality and I am not okay. Okay, wait, let's pivot, because the chaos doesn't stop there. We need to talk about Nate Hastings and Stephanie Simmons, because my jaw is currently on the floor. Basically, Nate and Stephanie are having this super intense, emotionally devastating conversation, and Nate is straight up revealing a deeply painful chapter of his past to her. Now, I am fully invested in this dynamic because, let's be real, Nate has been through the absolute ringer. He is sitting there, opening up his soul to Stephanie, and it is giving me all the feels. But also, I am side-eyeing the entire situation because everything in this town is a web of secrets. Why is he spilling his trauma to Stephanie of all people? I mean, she is deeply connected to his late mother, Dr. Olivia Winters, but she is also hiding the massive, earth-shattering secret that she had a secret son, Holden, with Malcolm Winters. Like, the layers of deception here are genuinely too much for my fragile nervous system to handle. Let's dissect this tea with absolute cinematic mayhem, because Nate's past trauma is no joke. Is he talking about the loss of his surgical career? Because if he is, I am going to need an entire box of tissues. Remember when his hand was shattered and he lost the ability to perform surgery? That wasn't just a career ending. That was the death of his entire identity. He was a brilliant, world-class surgeon, and having that ripped away from him turned him into this ruthless, cold, corporate executive. It fundamentally changed who he is as a person. And now, he is finally letting those walls down and talking about the agonizing pain of that loss. Genuinely, seeing Nate vulnerable like this is making me want to hug him, but I also know that he is swimming in a shark tank. He is laying his heart bare to a woman who is currently dodging Malcolm's wrath over a secret child. The emotional stakes are so high, I feel like I need to lie down. Which is honestly so unhinged, because Stephanie is sitting there, nodding and acting like the supportive friend, while she is literally harboring a secret that is tearing the Winters family apart. Bestie, how can you sit there and hold space for Nate's trauma when you lied to his adoptive father for decades? It's giving major hypocrite energy, and I am totally living for the mess. And don't even get me started on the vibes between them. Is it strictly platonic bonding over his mother, Olivia? Or are they setting up some weird, complicated romantic tension? Because if Nate starts catching feelings for the woman who hid his adopted brother from his adoptive father, I will legitimately lose my mind. Did I say that yet? Ugh, my brain is mush. Moving on, but seriously, the Winters family tree is already so tangled, we do not need to add this specific brand of chaos to the mix. I am physically vibrating, just trying to map out the family dynamics here. I'm literally hyperventilating right now. I just dropped my keys under the car seat. See? This is what Genoa City does to me. It makes me completely dysfunctional. I cannot even focus on basic motor skills when I know that Nick and Noah Newman are out here fighting for their lives against the absolute worst person on the planet. Yes, we are transitioning to the Crimson Lights drama, and you need to brace yourselves, because this is where my blood pressure officially spikes into the danger zone. If you thought Victor was bad, wait until we talk about Matt Clark. Send help. My soul is trapped in a state of perpetual rage. I am so deeply unwell over this storyline that I have considered writing a strongly worded letter to the Genoa City Police Department. So, Nick and Noah Newman are just going about their day, probably trying to heal from the massive amounts of trauma they've endured when they casually run into Matt Clark. Matt Clark, the man who has terrorized their family, assaulted Sharon, and basically acted like a real-life horror movie villain for years. And what is Matt doing? He is standing there, looking them dead in the eye, and trying to sell them this garbage story about how he has changed and found redemption. I am literally screaming. I want to reach through the screen and shake this man. He is claiming that his amnesia has wiped his slate clean, and that he is a totally new person now. Bestie, be for real right now. You do not just get to erase decades of psychological torture and violence by claiming you bumped your head and forgot. It is straight up offensive, and I am personally attacking my steering wheel just thinking about his smug little face. Nick Newman is standing there, and you can literally see the veins popping out of his neck. Nick is not buying what Matt is selling, and honestly, thank God. If Nick had fallen for this redemption arc, I would have canceled my cable subscription. Nick is looking at the man who supplied him with fentanyl, the man who lured him and Adam to a rundown gas station in Vegas, the man who locked them in a storage room and left them to die. Nick survived a horrific drug-induced car crash because of the psychological warfare Matt waged on him, and now Matt wants to play the innocent victim? It's giving sociopath. Nick is flat out refusing to trust him, and he is 100% right. Nick is actually trying to trigger Matt's memories just so he can have the satisfaction of punching a man who actually remembers why he deserves it. The psychological messiness of Nick wanting Matt to remember his crime so he can exact revenge is absolute cinematic gold, and I am here for it. And then there is Noah. Poor, sweet Noah, who just wants to run his replica club, the Shadow Room, in peace. Noah is standing right next to his dad, completely backing him up and cementing Nick's suspicions. Noah has seen firsthand what Matt has done to his mother, Sharon. Matt's mere presence at the Newman Ranch is keeping Sharon in a state of constant, paralyzing terror. Noah is looking at Matt and seeing the monster who almost destroyed his family. Noah is like, yeah, no, we are not doing this today. Noah is reinforcing every single doubt Nick has, basically telling Matt to take his fake amnesia and shove it. The solidarity between father and son is genuinely making me emotional, but it also terrifies me because poking the bear that is Matt Clark is a very, very dangerous game. But wait, here is the absolute wildest part of this entire interaction. The tea that Nick and Noah don't even know yet. Matt isn't just wandering around town trying to make amends. He is secretly working for Victor Newman. Yes, you heard me. Victor, the same man who is currently robbing Nikki blind, has hired Matt Clark, the man who terrorized his own daughter-in-law, to spy on Kane Ashby. Victor wants to take Kane down, and he is using Matt as his personal attack dog. So Matt is standing there, lying through his teeth to Nick and Noah about being a changed man, while actively carrying out a ruthless corporate espionage mission for their grandfather. The layers of betrayal. The absolute web of lies. It is so chaotic, I feel like I need a whiteboard and red string just to keep track of who is stabbing who in the back. Matt is trying to prove his worth to Victor, but he hasn't made any real progress with Kane yet, so he is desperately trying to maintain this good guy facade. I'm calling it right now, besties. This whole situation is a ticking time bomb, manifesting a total dumpster fire by the next update, because there is no way Nick and Noah don't figure out that Victor is harboring Matt. When Nick finds out that his own father is protecting the man who almost killed him and traumatized Sharon, the Newman family is going to officially implode. It will be nuclear. And when Nikki wakes up from her sedated haze and realizes her company is gone, I am genuinely too unwell to handle the gravity of these events. My brain is completely fried, my iced matcha is warm, and I need to go scream into a pillow for at least 3 business days. Keep your eyes peeled, because Genoa City is about to burn to the ground, and we will be right here, front row, watching the ashes fall. See you in the next one, if I survive.